Hello! This is Kevin Umstead with the Toledo Historical Swordsmanship Society. We are continuing our series on the polearm work of 16th century fencing master Joachim Meyer. In today's video, we are going to be doing a quick refresher on the core rotation from part 1 of the series. Then we are going to discuss the Kreutzhau, or crosscut, and then a concept known as driving. Finally, we will wrap up the episode with an exercise to tie it all together. If you remember back in part 1 of our series, we discussed core rotation and how that concept was key to understanding Meyer's quarterstaff. Let's take a moment to review this concept by utilizing the exercise presented in part 1. Remember that this rotation can be done with either foot forward, and I would encourage you to try them both. Meyer describes the Kreutzhau at the beginning of the halberd section, and notes that they are useful for not only practicing agility, but are also necessary for everyone who wishes to prepare himself for earnest defense with such weapons. The Kreutzhau can be performed either from above or from below. Let's walk through each in turn. For the Kreutzhau from above, we begin in Oberhut with our left foot forward. We strike down the Zorn line into Unterhut on the right. With this strike, we rotate our core towards our right, as it is this rotation that provides the power for the strike. We use the momentum of this first strike to continue around into right ox. From right ox, we now slash or rip down with the hook diagonally again into Nebenhut, rotating our core once again towards the left, and using the momentum of that hook to flow back around back up into the Oberhut. We now find ourselves back where we started, ready to loop through this Kreutzhau from above again. The Kreutzhau from below is exactly how it sounds. It's simply just the Kreutzhau from above, but the steps are reversed. We again start in Oberhut with our left foot forward. This time, instead of striking downwards towards our right, we're going to roll backwards through Nebenhut and strike an Unterhau up into right ox. With this strike, we're going to rotate our core towards the right. Utilizing our momentum, we can carry around down into the Unterhut on the right. We then slash or rip with the hook back up into left Oberhut, again rotating our core to the left. Again, we find ourselves back where we started, ready to repeat this action. Meyer states that there are 4 driving cuts, the Kreutzhau from above and below, as well as 2 diagonal driving cuts. These diagonal driving cuts are really just a variation of the first cuts of each Kreutzhau. Let's take a look at the first driving cut. For the first driving cut, we start in Oberhut with our left foot forward. We strike down the Zorn line into Unterhut on the right. With this cut, we rotate our core towards our right. This is where we deviate from the Kreutzhau. Instead of using our momentum to carry us into ox, we rotate our core back to the left and rip up back into Oberhut. Just like with the Kreutzhau, we find ourselves back where we started, ready to repeat this action. For the second driving cut, we begin in Nebenhut and strike an Unterhau up into right ox. With this strike, we again are going to rotate our core towards the right. This is where we deviate from the Kreutzhau. Instead of using our momentum to carry us around into the Unterhut, we rotate our core back towards our left and rip back into Nebenhut. Again, we find ourselves back where we started, ready to repeat this action. Meyer advocates that you should be able to execute these 4 driving cuts, namely the above and below Kreutzhau, and these 2 alternating driving cuts, while also being able to change them off into each other. These driving cuts all share common actions and postures, allowing for them to be interchanged or swapped with each other rather easily. Let's take a look at an exercise that should help put this into a more practical application. This is an exercise we like to use to help practice the timing and application of the Kreutzhau and driving cuts. Before we begin this drill, it's important to check our distance. We want to ensure that if we were to miss with our driving cut, that we aren't going to get struck by our partner's actions. We are looking to set that distance so our strikes happen on the foible, or the first division. For the first part of this exercise, our drilling partner is going to hold the staff in 2 hands closer to the butt of the staff, and essentially endlessly feed us Oberhaus, or vertical descending cuts. Our objective is to utilize the mechanics of the Kreutzhau and the driving cuts to strike their Oberhau out. By holding the staff closer to the end, our partner can use the momentum of the striking out to roll the staff back up over their head and bring it back down again. When you first start doing this drill, the Oberhau should be at a fairly steady cadence. You're aiming for comfort and consistency, not speed. Once the mechanics become clearer, we can modify this drill to allow our partner to perform the Oberhaus with a bit of randomness. This forces us to react to their actions rather than just following a predictive rhythm. This drill can be modified even further to be done with thrusts instead of Oberhaus, or even a combination of the two. Be mindful of your distance here again, and ensure that your thrusts are not going to actually connect should you miss. In our next video, we are going to discuss the specific handworks and techniques mentioned in Meyer's staff and halberd section, along with one-handed blows and thrusts. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.